If we do the right thing, we will end foreign exchange rather than flow foreign exchange out. But the truth has to be told. The data that I have suggests to me that even when oil was at its highest at $115 a barrel, autonomous supply of foreign exchange into Nigeria met as much as 30 to 40% of the total foreign exchange utilization in Nigeria. Today, that is virtually dried up. And I think that is what we need to do.
Who wants devaluation? Who has taken the Naira in the court for trial? And I revisit the question, who is prosecuting and who is defending? Those who are prosecuting are investment bankers. Who is defending? I think it's very interesting. The defender, among those defending include the commander-in-chief, who is better equipped to defend, because after all, spent all his life defending Nigeria. The president has said clearly, I will not join forces with those who want to kill Naira. So, he is leading, and of course, he has CBN queuing to it. At least if the policy pronouncement by CBN governor are anything to go by, I will classify them as those who are defending. Where do I stand? I associate myself with the position of my commander-in-chief and of the president. For people to take our policy seriously, I feel we must, as a matter of general attitude, move away from a regime in which we make policies in the morning and revise them in the evening. So for me, let's support the effort of the CBN and of the president. So in conclusion, therefore, I believe that a drug that you administered on your child in 1986, if you didn't cure the child, to bring exactly the same drug in 2016 would be foolish. Because we were told, Naira, when I was going to school in the UK, I bought my traveler check, my banker check at the Barclays Bank. For my BAT, it was £1 was Naira 12. £12. These whiskies told us that when we devalue, everything will change. From 1 to 1, today even the official rate of 1 of 2 or 198 to 1. If we were to now take stock, we ask ourselves what have changed. So I want the Nigerians to appreciate that no pain, no gain. And we have a new government. It's come out with a new policy. We should support the government. We should watch and allow and see how this play out. And we need to encourage the bank to get even more aggressive. From 1 to 8, we didn't find the answer. By 1999, from 1 to 100, we didn't find the answer. Soludo, with all due respect to him, told us he was going to peg the Naira at 125 Naira to the dollar. And he rolled out economic statistics to celebrate that. Some Nigerian job parties, some say you can't do it by law. From that 125, we are now at 200. Nigeria has not been delivered. So we will defend the Naira. Buhari's position is viable, and CBN governor and his team should do everything possible to push speculators out of business and compel Nigerians to live within our.
We need a voice that pushes for the ease of investment climate. To have a climate where foreign investors can come in, bring money. We have the population, we have the market, and we have the dexterity, and we have the labor to provide all that is needed for industrial takeoff. So Nigerians, and by our attitudes and the kind of consumption pattern we have acquired over time, we have taken the Naira to court. The Naira is on trial. The prosecutors and the elites, we have seen the statistics, the data coming out that shows how much either that the political elite or the financial elite or whoever they are, how much they have taken out of this country. They have so much that I completely agree with the socialists that at whatever rate the Naira is to be sold, the 400 Naira to $1, they will pick up all the reserves. The issues we are discussing here this morning, we know exactly what to do. But who in government has ever agreed that we are going to tackle Nigeria's problem head on? Nigerians, you can earn your foreign exchange. There are so many things here that you can do in this country to earn foreign exchange. If you don't earn the foreign exchange by legitimate activity, the Naira will depreciate. There's nothing the central bank can do about it. The Naira will just depreciate. Now, let me share this other data with you. I have with me here trade data that shows that we have lost so much quarter on quarter in terms of trade. But let me share very quickly the data on our devaluation of the currency. In 1986, we depreciated the Naira by 71.5%. 71.5%. 1989, we depreciated by 23.9%. In 1992 March, we devalued by 42.1%. January of 1999, devaluation was 74.65%. And in January of 2001, 3.18%. December 2008, 7.03%. January 2009, 13.23%. November 2014, 5.58%. And in February of 2015, by 14.25%. These have been episodes of devaluation of the currency since SAC 1986. All these have been anchored by the premise and the issues raised by His Excellency, the foundation, with the hope that if we depreciate, we can accommodate current pressures and then build on it. But we have not built on our devaluations over time. Now is the time. Devaluation is sound economics. Sound economics. Please do not get me wrong. It is absolutely sound if the fundamentals are right. What we are simply saying is that now let us lay the foundations. Let us initiate development in such a way that when we devalue, there will be a rider, there will be a basis on which the economy can take off to higher heights. It is not episodes and episodes and episodes of devaluation. I think we have an opportunity to do one thing correct. Devaluation may come someday, but it will then be on the basis of a strong industrial policy.
After listening to CBA, I think I want to say that it's not Naira that is required, it's Nigeria economy that is required. Because Naira, best value of any currency, it's a function of its economy. The question is whether to value Naira. From the point of view of the book, I want to give you some numbers. 19,010 CBA, when you are looking at the macroeconomic environment, you have a lot of numbers of the interest rates, price of capital. You have a lot of numbers on the capital market. I think it's important you to think of the whole market. Like this time when everybody, the both markets is specialized study. I think it's important. I'm doing this one because I was looking at the numbers and I discovered that there's once in Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken, when Naira value. Naira was twice the value of US dollar. And today, the official figure is about 187 $1. What does it mean for real? Because if you dare the value again, then you are sure that labor will have also accessible price in the market. You don't leave development agenda to the so-called imaginary market forces. Somebody has to be on it. And I want to comment President Buhari with TSA alone, just to mop up their country of the public accounts from thousands of diverse accounts, well, I don't know, 3 trillion naira public accounts. I think those are the issues we must consider. How do we diversify this economy in a way that we enhance productivity and make sure that we enhance the real value of the Naira? We must move from container economy to productive economy.
The Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry have been tracking the development, especially from the operator's perspective. You know, we look at how companies in different sectors and industry are coping with this policy, the emerging risks and the challenges they are facing. At some point, it looks like the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry is on head-to-head collision with the CBN. No, the objective is the same. The difference is the approach. You know, to us, we feel very strongly that the CBN have the right to regulate and make sure that Naira is stable. But the challenge we have is that while we in the business, we love risk very much, what we hate is uncertainty. We don't deal with uncertainty. You know, risk, you can calculate your losses and profits and take position. But uncertainty, you cannot do anything. You know, it's just like a fork. You cannot land, you cannot take off. You know, you can't take any decision. And that is what the policy of CBN have done over time. And to us, we feel that CBN did not really appreciate the enormity of the problem before they started with the interventions. You know, and the trial and error policy go front, go back, because over the last 10 weeks, we've seen some of the reversals, like the payment of cash into the domiciliary account, which we really did against when the policy came up.
There is no certainty as to whether when you apply for a foreign exchange, when you will get it. The system is being abused and corrupted. And some of the people sitting down here today are saying this, they want the policy to remain the same because they can continue to abuse and steal the money under the guise that they are protecting the currency. So the devaluation debate is not as apolitical as people want to decide. They have vested interest in keeping the currency at one point in the level. And they will pretend under any other guise to say that it's saving Nigeria. The narrative is not about economic patriotism, it's about competitiveness. Whether you like it or not, you will have to provide the currency in an import-dependent economy. But the question remains that when we are talking about currency flexibility, it doesn't mean I must always depreciate. Currencies do appreciate.
The question I'd like to just finish with is which exchange rate actually governs our life today? Is it the official? Is it the parallel? Is it something in between?
A small or parallel?
The exchange rate that governs business institutions in Nigeria today is the interbank rate. However, people who are traveling and either want to go and do holiday overseas and are looking for foreign exchange for the purpose of travel cannot access that foreign exchange they look for from the interbank market. Because of the shortage of foreign exchange in the economy, they would rather go to the parallel market or the BDC. So because of that, because it is easier for them to get it in that market than at whatever level, it looks as if it is the dominant market. But that market or that source of foreign exchange supply is very small. For industrialists like this, which is what rules the market, they are getting what they need in the interbank market.
The reality is that you get it at the parallel market or whatever rate. So let's not start deceiving ourselves and play with it.
Financial advisor. This has said people can move money away from Nigeria and bring it back and sell in the black market. I'd like to ask, what are institutions doing to prevent that?
Zambia, Argentina, right? Brazil, Venezuela, Russia, Ghana devalued their currencies. Yet their economies did not grow. Do we think that Nigeria devalues our economy will grow? There will be better living for Nigeria?
Essentially, round tripping. Okay, yes, round tripping will happen when you have multiple exchange rates. The objective of markets is to define exchange rates and manage it within the context of country's national interest. So there's nothing like a free exchange rate. What you have is managed floating rates. And almost 80% of the countries in the world today have a managed floating rate with your national interest in mind. But you cannot, your currency cannot be misaligned. What you have now is a misaligned currency, and that misalignment could either be structural or temporary. The central bank is working full speed to ensure that after this turbulence that there is stability. The objective is to maintain stability and remove the structures that encourage the round trip where people take money out knowing very well that if a devaluation or an adjustment of the currency is imminent and take advantage of that speculative position.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. The question of whether the decision of election rate is the president and not the central bank. I want to address it this way. When the president said, "I will not kill Naira," he was simply affirming and agreeing with the decision taken by the central bank. With due respect, since May of last year, the government has never intervened in the policy-making machinery of the bank. The instrument autonomy of the central bank remains very valid. And that statement has to be taken in context within the 2016 budget, in which at paragraphs 73, 74, and 75 of the budget speech, the president did make mention of the need to make very hard choices and hard decisions in the course of 2016. In the concluding part of the presentation I made, I did mention that it is imperative that the Naira exchange rate policy is taken within the menu of other policies, other reform policies. And that is the context within which the president made that speech, that he wasn't going to kill the Naira. So within the context of those reform policies, there will come out of it a policy that will strengthen the Naira. That is the import of Mr. President's speech. Thank you.
Let me ensure that autonomous funds that have dried up almost essentially today, because we can't determine the price of oil, but we can make our country more attractive to whether foreign direct investment or the right type of foreign portfolio investment. And indeed, diaspora repatriation